Welcome to another great episode of Three Conservative Gimps, where we are the proud and free, and we do answer the call. We call. We talk about everything from a conservative point of view, from dog catcher all the way up to leaders, world leaders, and then everything in between. And we give you the information so you make an informed decision at the ballot box. We've got a great show for you today. And I just wanted to say, hey, we had Veterans Day a couple days ago. I want to thank all those vets, including Lloyd, who served our country. Thank you for your service. Let's welcome all the way from Muskogee, Oklahoma. He's always couth and he's always combobulated. Let's welcome Lloyd Mendenhall. Welcome.
Thank you for the support, Art. Well, hey guys, another day, another dollar. We got another three conservative gimps we're going to do here, and so yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I just
And
been messing around all day today, so I haven't done anything. I can't say I haven't done anything, but I did just print a battery case so I can keep home. You know how you buy
yeah.
buy batteries by the bunches, and then you lay the box down. Where the hell did I put that box?
Or you put in that one drawer in the
one
kitchen.
drawer, and then you go back.
It has all the batteries. It has all the paper clips and
all
oddball
the
shit.
phone chargers. Yeah,
It's called
all
the
the chargers.
junk drawer. Yeah.
I got a couple of those.
Yeah. And marbles in there too. And you're wondering, why do I have marbles in this?
I know, I and that's happened too. I was just like, how the hell did marbles end up in this drawer?
Yeah.
Had to be in one of my grandkids because
Unless it's the ones
well,
that
I've lost a couple, but that might have been where they were at. I never thought to
Mhm.
look there, but yeah. Anyways, I just printed it. I just came off the printer just as the show was starting, so I thought, well, I'll grab it.
Good. It looks
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
And
it's a.
let's bring in our next guy. He's got all his marbles. And
With luck.
he's from New York. Yeah. But he's in a good place in New York where it's beautiful, woodsy. Let's welcome Charles Galusky. If I could click on it. And come on. Open. Why? What the heck is going? Ah,
Is that cheap Chinese mouse you got there?
there we go.
There he
we
went
go.
again.
There we go. He's back.
Free me!
Welcome,
Hey, Lloyd,
Charles.
everybody in the chat.
Yeah, everybody in the chat. We've got a few people. Good. We got Okie Tom. We got Grant is here. Good to see you
Yeah,
guys.
Tommy, it was a very nice day in Oklahoma today. Yeah.
And so we'll start it off. The shutdown is over. Well, no, let's. The shutdown is over! At least for now.
Yeah.
So who were the winners and who were the losers? Lloyd, take it away.
They're for what it was done, there were no winners as far as, who was doing it. The Republicans, they didn't want to shut it down in the first place, so it's like they didn't necessarily win. Had they won it the way they wanted to, it would have never shut down.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They would have just passed the CR and been done with it. Who are the losers? The American people. That's exactly who it is.
And the Democrats, because
and the Democrats
caved, and now he's on the old chopping block. Yeah.
Oh, and I was listening to, I don't know who it was, whether it's Mr. Joaquin himself or was it some other motor mouth from the Democratic side. But they were talking about, we need to get young blood. This is what's happening. All these old people are still doing it. Well, I looked at the 8 Democrats who actually supported it, and they were all. They were all young people. They weren't old people. They're smart, but they were smart because they understood this wasn't good. Now that was in the House. You know,
Yeah.
so, in the Senate again, most of them were young people. There was a couple of the old timers, but when they went to vote for it in the House, of course, the Democrats as a whole, this is the first. It seems like everything they've done in the last few years, it was always they were in lockstep.
Yeah.
But uh, but they aren't in lockstep anymore. You know, uh, it's like okay,
Yeah.
what's going
Oh,
on? They have no leadership. You
yeah.
know, Nancy Pelosi gave in a long time ago, and she shouldn't have. To the squad. Oh, I
Oh,
know.
to the squad. Okay, yeah, all right,
Yeah,
okay.
she gave in to the squad. Yeah,
Right.
and she shouldn't have. You know, that's
Hmm.
that's what started the down. But I'm glad she did. To be honest with you, I'm glad she did because that way it gave us a chance to get our head, as a party or as a conservative movement, get our heads out of our ass and let's get together. Let's just not lose that.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, Rand Paul needs to go. You know,
Yeah.
I'm tired of him. He doesn't. What does he actually do? What has he actually accomplished in his time?
Yeah.
He's always voted. He votes against everything that's Republican and Democrat. He just votes no for the sake of no, unless
Right.
it's something, like where the hell's he from? Anyways, Vermont? No, he's not.
Kentucky, I believe.
Is he from Kentucky? Well,
Hmm.
there you go. Bless their hearts. But anyways, he needs to go. He's as wackadoodles as his father is. He walks around.
Yeah, he's more libertarian.
He's not even a good libertarian. As
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
Uh,
I'm probably, don't let Lon know this, but I'm probably closer to being a libertarian uh as much as I've trashed libertarians. I hate to say it, but than what Rand Paul is, anyways.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm probably uh, you know, there I'm conservative on some things. Little I'm never past right of center. Uh
Hmm.
I may go a little further to the right or I may go up to the center, but I never go over
Right.
to the left of center. You know,
Hmm.
I get close. I may be neutral on some things. But
Right.
it's but yeah, guys like that. But the people who lost out was the millions of Americans that I saw a meme today. You know, how dare why won't my food stamp? Why won't my SNAP card work? And somebody yells back and says, "Well, why don't you work?"
Yeah. That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
it's like
Well, they're one of the losers, and the other losers were the people that got furloughed, like the air traffic controllers,
yeah,
the military people,
the
especially
military didn't
TS.
get furloughed.
Oh,
None
okay.
of them got furloughed. They stayed on duty,
Well, yeah, and you're right,
but they didn't
and
get paid.
yes, that's right.
They worked
You're
without pay. The military
right.
never, they don't get furloughed, you know.
Right.
Uh,
Well, also the is it ATM? Yeah. No, ICE. ICE. They didn't get furloughed, but
no, they
they
worked
didn't get.
without pay. They worked without,
That's correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of law enforcement, all of the military worked without pay,
Right.
you know. And the only reason I think the Democrats finally caved was because they knew the holidays were coming up and they knew that if they didn't get the government back running, guess what? There wouldn't
Yeah.
be any flights to go back home and see, you know, Aunt Lucy
Right.
and Uncle Bob,
Mhm. Yep.
guys gonna have to start driving now to get there because there ain't no flights going. And
Yep.
that's I think what really, yes, everyone, all of the military, as far as I know, and that was one of the caveats that I think Trump put in was that, he was going to make sure they got their back pay.
Right.
And
Hmm.
he had the Supreme Court had just given him, said he had the authorization to go ahead and use funds from other places to pay SNAP. So,
Right.
but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, as far as those that worked without pay, they will get their back pay. Now, those that were furloughed, uh, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different story. And part of that, part of what he did, I think it's still up in the air, but he laid a bunch of people off. He didn't just furlough them; he just flat shut them down.
Right.
Now,
A lot
my
of
under,
IRS people.
yeah, and my understanding was with the air traffic controllers, a lot of them just didn't come in because they weren't
Right.
getting paid. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they were furloughed because they're again they're a necessary
Right.
service like the
Right.
military and the law enforcement,
Mm-hmm.
federal law enforcement. But I could be wrong on that. But
Well,
and
apparently, a lot of them called in sick because
that's
Christy
what.
Noem offered
Mm-hmm.
like a $10,000 bonus to the folks that stayed on and with
Yeah,
no pay.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
because that was what happened. A lot of them just didn't go to work,
Mm.
and I think they tried that. What was it during Ronald Reagan's time? And I think he ended up replacing a bunch of them.
Well, he fired them because they
Fired
wanted
them.
to go on strike, and they said, "Go ahead."
Yeah,
And they said, "We're on strike." Good.
yeah.
You're
You're
fired.
unemployed now too. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of what's going to happen with these guys. They keep screwing around. I mean, hell, I can't say that I served long without pay, but when I was
Right.
under Jimmy Carter, uh,
Mm-hmm.
1977, the first budget that he put across, and when it came October 1st, and he didn't have a budget in place.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we were told to bring our uniforms, but to dress in civvies, and so we did. And we sat around and drank coffee, told stories, listened to the radio, uh,
Right.
played cards all day long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was the first of many shutdowns.
Shut down.
And
Yeah,
before then, we never had a shutdown. I mean,
yeah.
what was different? What caused that shutdown?
I,
What? How did we get here? Is what I'd like to know.
that's something I can't say that I know because
I think the rules were different,
yeah.
and so why can't we
Well,
get
I think
back
that
to that?
part of it is the only reason the government shut down is because of the filibuster rule
Right,
that was in place. Now they've changed the filibuster rule to what it was back in the 70s,
right,
or even the 50s and 60s. And back
uh-huh,
then, you had to stand up there and you had to talk for the whole time.
right.
Now they can just threaten it, and you have to have 60 votes to override it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, well, then it's a shutdown, because the
Right,
filibuster rule goes in place. All they got to do is say, "I want a filibuster." The leader of the opposing side. Trump was calling for it to be, nuked, but you know,
yeah,
the Thune, whether you like him or not, was smart. He says, "That's
yeah. I
the
think it
only
was.
thing we'll have is a minority with, because Donald Trump's not going to be president forever, in spite of what the Democrats keep saying." You know,
Uh-huh.
you
That's
know,
right.
and
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, uh, so they got to keep that in place, just in case we don't win the next election or two.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, if we don't win the midterm election,
Right.
uh, uh, or the standard, the regular, the presidential election period, if we lose the House or the Senate on either one of those, or the
Right.
Senate especially, you know,
Right.
because it only takes one or two votes and you're not in the majority. And
Right. Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah, because the majority is a lot tighter there, where you
yeah,
have 50-50, and it could swing
it could
either
swing either
way.
way. Yeah, just
Yeah.
because each state only gets two.
Yeah, that's right.
But
And
and
we're
the reason to keep the majority into a place is because, like I said, we may lose that. We don't often carry the Senate majority. I mean, we're not the majority party in the Senate a lot of times. So
Right.
more often than not. And we usually have the House. We've lost it a few times. That's when Nancy gets in,
Yeah.
and but when it comes to the Senate, it's always a flip of the coin, and sometimes there's not everybody on the right are in agreement on things.
Right.
So when it
If
comes to it, yeah, go
if
ahead.
I remember correctly, during Trump's first term, they got this. They didn't get the Senate because they couldn't convict him on the impeachment, because even though there were 3 Republicans that voted with the Democrats, they still didn't have enough to convict him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they have to have a. I don't
Is it
think
a
it's.
super majority
I
like
think it's got.
in the filibuster, or is it
I
the
I
66?
can't remember. I'm thinking it is a supermajority that's required. Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're right.
yeah.
I
And
think you're
it should be. I mean, because otherwise they'd be every time a new president comes in office, hey, let's impeach him. We can convict him and
right.
get him out, And that's not what the people want. That's
Mm-hmm.
why there's got to be such a preponderance of evidence in the conviction, and that's why there needs to be a higher majority to
Mm-hmm.
convict than there would be, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
every 2 years, it could go back and forth and back and forth. They're gonna, depending on
Yep.
who's in charge of the House, they could, oh, we're gonna impeach him again. Well,
Yeah.
okay, well,
And,
or
and that's
hey,
what
let's impeach the Democrat this time. Well, can't do that.
we only did it. Let's see, yeah, once with Bill Clinton, where we actually
Yeah, yeah,
impeached him,
yeah.
but he wasn't convicted.
Yeah,
And
well, and you got to look at it and you got to think, well, was he really is he really guilty? It depends on what the meaning of is.
yeah, well, yeah,
For you
that's
young people that
true.
don't know what that means, you gotta understand. You gotta have been around where. I think everybody here knows what it means,
Mhm.
though, because yeah,
But perjury is, a no. And if you're, caught perjuring yourself, which he did, but it was over. If you know what, if you would have just said, "Yeah, sure, I did it," I don't think anything would have happened. I think he would just sailed on through. But nope, he had to lie about it. In
that's the
true
same
Clinton.
thing that caused Nixon,
Yep.
to
Hmm.
have to resign because had he just said, "Yeah, my guys got a little carried away, and you know, I apologize,"
Hmm.
but
Right.
it wasn't that I authorized it, but instead he decided to cover it up.
Hmm.
I still want to know what in the hell was on that missing 8 minutes. I guess
Yep.
I'll have to watch the White Files. Maybe they know.
Yeah. That's right. Hmm.
Echofish
Uh,
has an idea.
so it looks like the 8 senators might have to go into witness protection if they want to keep their seats, and the names of those people besides Fetterman, are Janine Shaheen of New Hampshire, Dick Durbin of Illinois,
Yeah,
Tim
Dick Durbin.
Kaine of Virginia, Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire, Angus King of Maine, and Jackie Rosen of Nevada, Catherine Cortez Mastos of Nevada, and Fetterman. Yeah. So we had 2 Nevada senators and a couple from the Northeast and one from Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dick Durbin, he's always kind of he's always seemed to have a head on his shoulder. He's kind of
Well, he's kind of been a firebrand for years and years. I think this is his last term. I
yeah.
think he's not going to run again. And
Right.
we
Right.
know that
Yeah.
Pelosi has decided that she's not going to
Yeah. Yeah.
seek
Yeah.
re-election, which is,
And I think Schumer needs to step down too. Just
yeah.
he,
I think a lot of the older
I
Democrats are
just
going
wish
to
to get
start.
rid of that other idiot in from California with the googly eyes, the bug-eyed guy that
Shifty
Shift,
Shift.
Shifty
Shift.
Shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shifty
Well,
Shift. Yeah.
he's a freshman senator.
I know, that's sad because
Yeah, that's the
well,
sad
yeah,
thing.
he just got he was Congress, and that's right. He ran him, just
Mhm.
won the Senate seat, so we're
Yep.
stuck with his
That
sorry
was
ass for at least
Barbara
4 more years.
Boxer's seat.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
and she died in office, and
That's right. She did. Yeah.
nope.
Well,
Yeah, so that's, I mean, what's going to happen with the new blood coming in? Are they going to be just as wacky as AOC and those people? Are they going to
well,
be far left, or are they going to start backing back towards center?
I don't know, because when you got like Mendami, I
Yeah.
mean, he's open socialist. He's a
Oh, yeah.
anti-Semite. You got him and for the first time in a lot of years, the old Bernie Sanders is actually relevant again. He's just, he's running around doing victory dances and everything because of Mondami,
Right.
and bitching about his own party. It's like, well, he has a right to. He got that election was stolen from him. It should have been him against Donald Trump.
Right.
Hillary should have never been there. But typical skullduggery of the Democratic left.
Aardvark against Trump. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the Pink Panther. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so that was going to be my next topic. Mandami just got a cold shower the other day. He got a lot of really bad news from the governor of New York. Said, you cannot tax the rich because that's not your power.
No, it's not within his power. All he can do is raise sales tax. And whatever property tax inside the city. And actually, I think property tax actually belongs to the state. So again, or at least the county, So yeah, Mondami's he's pretty well, he's pretty well going to be toothless. This was it was a vote.
He could defund the police.
Oh, he could. Yeah, he could.
He could really screw that city with that. And yeah, so
I think he has full intentions of destroying New York City. I think he's just he wants to start there, and people of his ilk want to just keep moving across the country.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's
because he's an immigrant who became naturalized, but his allegiance aren't with America. He still considers himself an Indian Ugandan, Indo-Ugandan.
Yeah, Indo-Ugandhi.
And he's a Muslim. So watch out if you're a white woman, living in New York City. You could be in, your safety is in peril. Because
I think a lot of people's safety is in peril with him in office. I think it's just a matter of, I truly do. I think there's a lot of people that's got to worry about, their safety because, because I expect he's going to defund the police. That's going to be one of his first things to do.
What's going to happen when they do that? The stores get looted, like Macy's. Macy's and the big stores.
I think Macy's was just barely hanging on by a thread anyway. So up there in New York, so I suspect that do they even have the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade anymore?
They did last year.
They did or didn't?
Yep, they did last year.
They did. Okay.
But
then Macy's is not the same Macy's it was back when we were kids.
Right.
And, they were the big store there, and they've turned into a knockoff of Target.
Right. Mhm.
They're all
Yeah.
part of a big conglomerate there of different stores. There's Macy's and I can't remember who else it is, but yeah,
Yeah. Well, here in Colorado, it used to be May D&F.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's not Macy's. May
Yeah,
D&F
no, but
is
yeah,
May Company. Yeah, that was
mhm,
May Company, and
mhm.
you know what May D&F stood for, right?
May Daniels. Daniels
No,
was
it was
the D.
May, and the name of the building was called the Daniel Fisher Building. And
Oh, that's right.
they leased it to May Company or sold it to them, on the lease they were required to keep the D&F as part of their name. So when May Company leased it, leased the Daniel Fisher Building, because I only knew this because we used to go shopping there every so
Yeah.
often. It was
Mhm.
a big deal back in the day. To go to.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember going there when I was a kid.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and the only thing that's left is the tower, and
right,
they
right,
tore down the rest of the building.
yeah, yeah,
And at one point, that used to be the tallest building in Denver.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm. Yep.
yeah. So that's what May DNF stood for, and
Mhm.
the only thing I can really remember of it, that I remember going there. My aunt, I think, used to work there. My
Mhm.
my mother's aunt, actually, it was her great aunt, or it's my great aunt, her aunt, and we used to go there, and sometimes we could get some of my school clothes
Right.
for the next year at a
Mhm.
employee discount. So mom and I didn't know we were poor, but we were, and
Uh-huh.
mom could make a she could take a penny and give you 15 cents change back.
Right.
Don't
Mhm.
know how she did that, but that's what it seemed like. But anyways, the only time that I remember really going in there, well, it was summertime, and we went in there, and the problem I had was during the summertime, I would get really bad nosebleeds. We just stepped through the big glass doors that opened up, just stepped in there, and my nose just started gushing blood everywhere.
Oh boy.
And one of the ladies was, ran and got a paper towel for me, and I'm sitting there trying to hold it, and I'm upset. Mom's, mortified, but she's trying to get it to stop. And my
Yeah.
aunt sees us, and she comes running out because she knew. And
Lloyd's on his period.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I don't know what caused it. I think it's a combination of the dry high altitude. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
okay, gotta go
Mhm.
suffer. All right, Tom, you have a good one.
Take care, Tom. Have a good evening.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Tell your friends.
Yeah, but yeah, but that's what I remember of Media and F, it's going in
Mhm.
there. Oh,
Who had the ice skating rink down there? Was that Penny's? J.C. Penny's?
who did have that? I thought that was.
Was that part of Medianet?
I'm thinking that was part of Media and F. That's what I
Okay,
was.
maybe that was. Yeah.
I think it was. I think
It
they had
was
the guys
further down. I think it was over on one end of where the building used to
where the
be,
building was. Yeah, yeah,
and I think it was like right around 16th Street. Yeah,
yeah,
and mhm.
yeah.
I remember 15th Street had all the camera stores. They had Gart Brothers
Right, right. Yeah.
and oh, what was the other camera store? Oh,
God.
Gart Brothers. They were more sporting goods. They had the
Yeah, I was gonna say they
Capitol.
were sporting goods because
Yeah.
I
Uh,
remember I went there and for my we were living in Grand Junction by then, came back over for my 16th birthday. My brother was going to get me a set of hiking boots if I wanted them, or a muzzle loading pistol. And of course, I went for the pistol. He got me a 44 caliber cap and ball revolver, you know,
cool.
a Colt model. Uh,
Hmm.
and so yeah, and we bought it there at Garth Brothers. Yeah.
At the castle on Broadway.
I can't remember. I remember us going there. I just don't remember exactly.
That's where I took my hunter safety class
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
down in the basement, and
Yes, yeah, 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 yeah. You're right. That's right.
Sid Sellers was the guy running it, and he
Yeah,
had been a fixture in CPW. Yeah,
yeah,
Colorado CWP. Anyway,
Yeah.
so everybody knew who he was. If you took hunter safety classes in
Yeah.
the
Yeah. I knew. Yeah.
70s,
I
80s, and 90s, you
yeah.
knew Sid.
One of the guys I went to one of the guys just recently I went to school with his wife just passed recently, and we took our hunter safety course, you know, and we've known each other since kindergarten, you know.
Mhm.
So yes,
Cool.
yeah. But I remember that we took it and we took our test because you had to go out to the field. There was a big
Yep.
field out there, and you had to cross over the fence. Everybody failed that part. It seemed like stepping through that fence, you know, you're supposed to lay the gun down and lay it through the fence and lay it down, pointing away from you. Then you step over the fence. You don't
Yep.
lean it up against. And I saw more people do that. Well, my dad, and my brother threatened to beat the hell out of me if I ever did that. So I learned,
Mhm.
you know, I got lessons early on. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember when I took the test was at 56 in Washington. They had a, a place there. They had their own building.
yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, they had their own building. You took it. They had these. We did it outdoors because it was, you know, first year they did it. We were the first group of. We were the first age group that were required to take it. And
Right.
so they had people just lined up. They had all these picnic tables, and everybody was sitting at them, you know. And of course, they brought their parents with them because we couldn't drive ourselves, so our parents came with us, you know.
Yeah.
And so they must have had 50 picnic tables out there, just packed full of people taking this test, and those instructors were working their ass off. Yeah,
Hmm.
and it actually was a 2-day event because they had so many. They had to do it on the weekend, you know, and so it was a 2-day event. But yeah,
Okay. Ah, dang.
anyway,
What the? Where am I? Oh, I guess I opened up
you're in
there we
Denver.
go. I was looking up camera stores, Denver, downtown, Denver.
Is that Petula Clark did the song Downtown?
Yeah.
Downtown, do 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 do
I
do.
remember watching her on the Ed Sullivan show. I always thought she was cute.
Mike's
It was.
camera. There's uh in okay, we'll go in the 80s. Okay. Then we'll
You know, uh, Charles, I don't know if you can see it, but at the top of the screen up there on the monitor, do you see where it says on air?
No, I see. Like going right straight up over your head, I see like a reflection of light way in the background. For
Right.
me, I see like if I were to
Yeah,
draw a line.
yeah, right there. But no, up
No,
in
I
the
don't see
actual,
anything there.
but up in the actual, like right next where the title is, but it's right directly above me. It's a red thing that says on air.
oh, okay, yeah, it's right
That
to
new,
his
On the well, yep, I do.
yeah.
Like right about like
Oh
yeah,
yeah, no,
right,
I meant clear up at the top there. Yeah, that's
'cause it says
new.
restream, then the title of the stream, then it says on air. Yeah,
Yeah,
in red letters.
I've never seen that before.
hmm. Okay. Well, speaking of pennies, yesterday was the last day the last pennies were minted here in Denver and Philadelphia.
Oh,
The penny has gone away. So if you find any,
what are they
hold
gonna?
on to those because the mintage was pretty low this year.
What
Only
what are people gonna
500
do?
million were
But what are
printed.
people gonna do when they go to those machines at all those tourist stops along, you know, Route 66? You put your penny in there and you stamp it and it,
Yeah.
or you crank it and it prints out. What are we gonna
Well,
do? You know?
you'll have to use dime or a nickel.
But they don't accept dimes. They only do it with pennies.
Yeah. No.
Or the lucky horseshoe. You put the penny in and it presses it into
Mm-hmm.
a horseshoe, and good
Yeah,
luck.
a lot of valuable coins ruined by those machines. Yeah, especially if
Well,
you
they were
had a
valuable.
1943 copper penny, because remember they were all
There's all
steel back
steel.
then.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, how you can't say a lot. You cannot say a lot of valuable coins were
well, a
destroyed.
few.
There may have. I mean, is there any recorded evidence where somebody actually did that?
Oh, I've seen some stupid videos where somebody took a bunch of pennies and decided to melt them. And it's like, well, you never know. You could have had
Well,
a real valuable coin in
you
there.
can't say that those were valuable. They might have just been, they might have just been.
Well, we'll never know because the guy melted them down. They could
Well,
have had some error on it that would have made them.
you've always got to remember, not everything is valuable, and not every action that destroys something that you're interested in makes it a valuable destruction.
No,
So just
no,
the way I look at it.
go talk to Napoleon when he blew up the nose of the Sphinx. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So,
I don't.
or the Taliban when they decide to blow
Yeah,
up
well,
those.
yeah, I gotta admit, when they did all that shit over there, it kind of pissed me
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
But those aren't American pennies. American pennies are American pennies, and they're just, the chance of you
Well,
finding the
you
million
know
dollar
who's not
penny.
the nemesis in this group? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't get me wrong. I got a whole collection of all the pennies, all the wheat backs. I got.
Meat bats. How about Indian heads? Did you save those?
I don't. Well, I didn't save them.
Got
These are
one. I
actually
used to.
I have some Indian heads, yeah, but my son-in-law had got a collection, and he had every single one,
Hmm?
including the steel 1943. He didn't have the copper 43, but he has the steel. And they
Also,
gave
here.
it to me to take care of. Well, then he died, and my daughter has gone to La La Land somewhere. I'm not sure where the hell she's at anymore. So, he actually gave them to Judy, and I inherited them you know,
By
by
proxy.
survivorship, by proxy, yeah, yeah.
Well, and here's another interesting fact. If you find a 44 steel penny, and there were a few of those that got out,
There are
and
a
that
few of those,
was
yeah,
also another transitional error.
yeah.
So, all right. So, yeah, that's interesting fact. We've done away with the penny. And I've noticed at the grocery store, if I use cash, I did not get any pennies the last few times I used cash.
But,
So,
we had a store that did that here, back when there's supposedly a change shortage, during the COVID thing, and,
yeah,
there's about as much as a change shortage as there was a toilet paper shortage.
mm,
There
yeah,
was a toilet paper shortage. That's because everybody thought they had to have 5 palletfuls of ass wipe because we're gonna be
right.
stuck in it's like,
Hmm.
why is it toilet that's another thing. Why does toilet paper always be the first thing we worry about? What about food?
Well,
Knobheads.
yeah. What about food? Yeah.
So, anyway, at this one store, and I gave them, and they said, "Well, you have to give us exact change." I said, "No, I don't." "Well, there's a penny shortage." "No, there's not. I just came from the bank and asked them. All you gotta do is, well, that's what our boss is telling us." I said, "Well, then your boss is an idiot. Tell him to call the bank and get some friggin' pennies. I want my exact change back. Thank you very much." And they had
Yeah.
to give it to me. I said, this is legal tender. It says right on here, this is legal tender, which means
Hmm.
you are required to give me my exact change back, no,
Hmm.
no, and they can't, because there's
Hmm.
still pennies in circulation. When they start melting them all down, that's when you start getting worried about it. But right now,
Yeah.
there's still billions, and those things will last forever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I mean,
Hmm.
perfect proof. I got some from the 1940s. They're still there.
Hmm.
Hell, I got a silver dollar here when I was up in Colorado. They gave me one. It was 1883. You know, it's like they were just
Hold on to that.
I just giving them away. It's like okay, and now I
Well,
carry it around. I carry it in my pocket now. It's sort of my challenge coin.
okay.
Yeah, it's my good luck piece. You know,
Mm.
and if somebody has to rob me for it, they needed it worse than I did.
There you go.
You know,
Yeah,
but
and they're about $20-$25.
yeah, it's a Morgan. You know, it's
More
just a
than
silver dollar. I got 2 or 3 of those anyways.
Yep.
You know, and James has one from I think his is 1870 something.
Wow. That's
One of the early ones. I can't remember when Morgan
I
started,
think
but
that the Morgans were in the 1870s. I think
yeah,
they started, and they minted those up until the 20s. Then they went with
yeah,
the Liberty.
Liberty, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of those. I got a
Or they
1922.
called it the peace dollar. Yeah.
Yeah, the peace dollar. Yeah, I've got a 1922 uh silver dollar.
Good.
Went to the Masons picnic and they had a big pile of sawdust and you threw all of us kids into this giant pile of sawdust and said dig for the dollar. And I got a silver dollar out of it, you know.
Well, good for you.
My mother took it from me immediately, took and put it in her stash box, and I could take it. She had it wrapped up in toilet paper in an old metal Band-Aid. I could take it out, you know, a couple of times a year to look at it, but that's as far as it went until I became an adult, and
Uh-huh.
she thought I was responsible, but I probably wasn't. You know, I still have it though. You know,
hmm
I've had it for 60, 65 years, 64 years,
Right.
something like that. Yeah. 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 Right at 64 years, I've had that thing.
So what else has happened? We got Andrew. Good to see you, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Thanks for joining. Let's see. We're down to 1. Boy, I think that our highest was 3 or 4 tonight.
Yeah,
Must be a football game on tonight. So
yeah, well, everybody's probably tired of hearing because all that's been in the news here in the last 40 days has been there's another day of the show.
yeah,
It's the
40
Democrats' fault.
days. hmm
Yeah, that's another thing. Have you seen the Northern Lights?
You know what? It's been cloudy here, so I haven't.
I'm gonna go out tonight because they were actually visible here.
Yep.
And
So,
but I was too lazy to go out last night, so
yeah, I think you might be able to see it if you have clear skies.
yeah.
I went to look in the morning on the way to work, and it was cloudy both nights. I think the last couple nights have been pretty good. I think tonight might be your last chance to get a good shot at seeing Northern Lights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that because it came across last night, and I was asking my cousin, "Did you go out and look at them?" He said, "No,
Mm.
didn't know they were on." So, like, okay,
Mm.
but yeah. Charles, have you seen the Northern Lights? And you're part of the.
No, I didn't. I just like today or last night saw somebody who doesn't live too far away from me, I don't think, posted that they saw the Northern Lights. And I'm like, well, how come they got to see them? I mean, I just programmed myself that
Yeah,
that were not sufficiently far enough north.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
To be
Well,
able to.
that's the thing. We're right now. It's just things are weird like that because I'm definitely further south than Art, and
Yeah.
they were showing here last night. Actually, one of the news stations had live camera feeds, and it was pretty cool to see that it was
Yeah.
going over Tulsa. You know, it's kind of
Oh, the
People
camera
magazine
store
is
is
saying is
Platzman.
People magazine are saying that the night to see them would have been last night or the night before.
Yeah,
Right.
I probably missed it. Yeah, they're probably over
Yeah.
with now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, too bad.
I know,
Uh,
right?
I did see the Northern Lights when I was in Alpena, Michigan, back in the early '90s. I had just finished a comedy show at a bowling alley. It was at the bar at the bowling alley, and walked out there. What, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. Looked up and I go, "Oh, cool! Look at that! Shimmering." And I'm like, "Oh, wow!" And that was the first time I got to see the Northern Lights. And normally you'd see them in the upper part of Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, maybe South Dakota and Montana,
Yeah.
Idaho,
Yeah,
Washington
they those northern border, especially,
State.
yeah, the starting from the Dakotas moving west,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to be able to see them because, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, like Minot, North Dakota, that's the furthest, most northern spot in the continental 48. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's also the coldest damn spot in the continental
Well,
48.
it'd be right up there with Fraser, Colorado.
That's
Yeah.
true. Fraser usually sets a record too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Antero Reservoir will get really bitterly cold, below zero weather, down the
Which
20s to 30s.
where's that at? Which
That would Antero Reservoir. Oh God.
is that the one? What's the one up there on what the hell's that? Mount Evans.
No, that's Echo Lake.
Is that Echo Lake? Well, I know that. I know they have snow year round up there.
Yeah.
Not much, but you can count
Oh
on
yeah.
getting flurries. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Antero Reservoir. Oh yeah, it's on the South Platte River. Uh, du- 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 du. Hmm. Wikipedia. Okay, let's look at maps. What's the nearest town? That would be. Oh, it's just west of Spinney Mountain Reservoir, and it's by Buena Vista.
Okay.
Now,
Buena Vista. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
just east of Buena Vista on 285, and Highway 24 goes right by it.
No,
Yeah.
it's higher than it is way higher than 4,000 feet. What is it?
Oh,
No. Yeah.
it's got to be 10. No, below 10,000, but it's right near
Well, like Mount
Timberline.
Evans. It's
Mount
in the
Evans is 14,000.
14,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're only
Mhm.
off by 10,000 feet there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Colorado's got some tall. They're
We got the most 14,000-foot peaks in the lower 48.
lower
Yeah.
48. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Where Alaska is the only state that have any over 20,000 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
You got to remember Colorado, which is where I grew up. Hell, Denver is a mile high. It's 5,280 feet. You know.
Hmm.
So, and 2 miles high is over at Leadville,
Yep.
up there at
Hmm.
Wolf Creek. Isn't it Wolf Creek Pass? Is that or
Yeah, I believe so.
yeah? I think it's Wolf Creek Pass.
Yep.
Yeah, Wolf Creek Pass way up on the Great Divide.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the highest highway in
Yeah.
the Continental Divide
You
goes right
the
through
living
Colorado.
shit out of me on that road
Yeah.
because she was, she's from Oklahoma. She was a flatlander, so she didn't know that you don't crowd the shoulder. She was trying to stay away from the middle line so she didn't accidentally cross over. And I'm stuck I'm in a wheelchair and I'm locked down. I can't go anywhere. I couldn't drive, and
Mhm.
uh, so yeah, it was. And I kept saying, "Get over, get over, get over." And what was funny is my old man, mom and dad were in front of us. My old man did when he did the driving. Whenever they got out on the straight highways, like going across Kansas and stuff like that, or we went up through, we came up south, came in near Canyon City, and then crossed over there, and then went.
Hey, Michael.
Oh,
We up.
Michael. But
Yep.
anyways, my old man was all over those straight roads. Just he couldn't hold it down. Get him up on them damn mountains, and he was just locked tight. He knew
Yeah.
exactly what. I don't know if his Parkinson's was just perfect for steering those
Yeah.
crooked roads or what it
Or
was.
he had a real bad what is that? Alignment. That's the word I'm looking.
No, it wasn't a bad alignment because when my mother drove, it was straight.
Oh, okay.
My old man,
Maybe.
my old man was in the, he was in his probably in his 70s then,
Right.
and he
Oh,
was,
that
man, he had,
reminds me of my grandfather.
yeah,
Oh,
and he had, he had arterial cerebral cirrhosis, which hardening of the arteries of the brain.
yeah.
He'd been having problems with that since I was in high school, so
Mhm.
we knew it was going to continue, and it had gotten worse, and he eventually had to quit driving. But boy, that year scared the bejeebers out of me, and Judy
Well,
scared the hell out of me going up over, like I said, going up there through Leadville. But yeah,
mhm. Oh, yeah.
yeah. So
Uh,
I've been up to 2 miles high in altitude and more.
Lloyd, I remember that other camera store. That would be Waxman's.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You should love to go down to that downtown area down there in that part of, because that's where all the interesting places seem to be, the
Oh,
interesting
you
shops.
mean like on Larimer and Lawrence?
No, we didn't go to Larimer. No, it's Larimer Square. Larimer at the time was the
That was
Skid
Skid
Row.
Row. Yep.
Yeah, no, we stayed away. But some of the, like, I like to go to the big sporting goods store. It's Garth
Garth
Brothers.
Brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Garth Brothers. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And and like you said, the camera shops. Mom used to go down there, and she could get the film for one of her older cameras.
The other sporting goods store was Dave Cook's. Remember
Yes,
Dave Cook's? Yeah.
yes, I do. I
Yep.
do. Yeah.
I used to get all my concert tickets there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where I'd wait in line to get my ticket to whatever show was in town. And that was back where you could pick the area or the seats that you wanted.
Yeah, yeah,
I always
yeah.
picked the front row and the balcony if it
Yeah,
was
that's
an
before
indoor
StubHub,
arena
right?
like Nichols. Because I could see nobody's freaking standing up in front of me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So that's what's going on. Oh, you remember the Channel 7 station?
Yep,
They used
yeah.
to be on Spear and what was that? 6th Avenue?
I think so. Yeah, that's one where Star Yelland
Yeah.
was on there,
Yeah.
and
Torn down.
oh, it's
They
torn
tore it
down.
down. Yep.
Really?
Yeah, they moved the station. I think they share it with Channel 31, which
Yeah,
is
and
the
they
Fox
remember
station.
at night when they would shut down and the Indian would come on. They always broadcast from or our radio towers on Lookout Mountain,
Yep. Mhm.
or television towers on Lookout Mountain. So yeah. Then
Yeah.
you'd have the Star Spangled Banner would play and Ford jets would fly
Mhm.
by, and then you get that Indian
And Channel
sign.
9 used to be on 9th and Bannock.
Yeah.
And then they moved down there on Spear.
Channel
And,
9 was ABC, wasn't it? I think.
yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
because
And
they had a
then
movie show.
that station became Channel 6 took over that station.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Rocky Mountain Broadcasting.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Let's see, we only had, I think it was 2, 6, and 9, or maybe it's 4. 4, 6,
Yep.
4,
4.
7, 4, 7, and 9. 4 was NBC, 7 was CBS, and 9 was ABC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Channel 2 is independent.
that's right. Channel 2. I knew there was a Channel 2. That's right. It was. Yeah.
KWGN. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Is
It's
there
very
a 6,
7.
7 joke art?
That's.
Oh, that's that trend that's
I don't
going
know
on.
what in the hell that is about.
Yeah.
I've even the Urban Dictionary does not know what in the hell it means.
Even the young, it's funny. It's funny that this was brought up because about a week ago or so, I watched a video on YouTube. This linguist went through and explained the whole 6-7 thing, and even the kids that are using it don't know where it comes from, don't know what the real meaning of it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. It's like, well, when I'm doing 3D prints, I got a recommendation because right now, all the 3D prints that they're recommending are all Christmas related.
Oh.
So they've got elf on the shelf holding 2 elf on the shelves holding a 6 and a 7. Like, it's like, what the hell? It's like, so I looked, I was curious, why in the hell is, because anytime I ask anybody, they go, oh, it's just something they do. And so,
Yeah.
it's now in the dictionary, but is it in the dictionary? It's in the Urban Dictionary, or is it in the real dictionary?
Yeah.
Because I don't think they've yet to give a good explanation of what it means. So
it has to do. It started off with this rapper with the lyrics of a song that involved 6-7.
That's right.
And then in the same sort of group of lyrics, there's a basketball player mentioned whose height is 6'7".
That's right. Yeah.
But really, none of it means diddly squat.
Yeah,
they've approached the rapper. They've talked to the rapper about what 6'7" means, and he said it doesn't. He said it really doesn't mean anything.
They use it. They use it in just Webster's. Okay, I'll have to look that up, Andrew. I wouldn't be surprised, anymore they put anything in a dictionary. I used to get my ears boxed every time I used the word ain't.
Yeah,
Especially if I argued back, ain't in the dictionary, or I'll say, they'll
say are.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was growing up, it wasn't in the dictionary. My mother and my aunt, they used to correct my English. They'd be they're probably rolling over in their graves now because I talk hillbilly now. Even Judy was pissed off at me talking hillbilly. So, because when I moved here, I still had that more Midwestern Colorado / Arizona accent. And now I've been here.
It's slang. It's what? Yeah, it doesn't have it. It means like so. It doesn't have really any meaning.
Yeah,
I just looked it up, and rappers use it in their songs, and it's like,
yeah,
big deal.
It makes saying Tippecanoe and Tyler 2 makes more sense than saying 6-7.
Right.
At least that was a political, political history.
Well, another one was what's 120 minus 53?
67.
Yeah.
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 So, you're talking about the year 67 is it's kind of a bad year for Vietnam.
Yeah.
68 was the Tet Offensive, but 67 that's when we started to real escalate. Where it started to really escalate.
Right. Cambodia.
Yeah, Cambodia, Laos.
72?
No, we were in Cambodia. We were in Laos and Cambodia long before 72.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd been there because my brother, my cousins, one of my cousins, he was in Cambodia. He was the one who was a tunnel rat because he's only like 5'1".
Right.
He just barely made the cutoff. And so yeah, he was in Cambodia at the time, or Laos. I can't remember now. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what. A lot of the ladies and men that I work with, they're from Laos or Vietnam.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on speaking relationships. It's with Vietnam. It's still hard for me to.
Yeah, I know. For me, it's like I don't know if I want to go visit there. because
Oh, I don't intend to. I don't intend
yeah, because
to.
well, the way they treated the prisoners,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
that to me that just draws the line. It's like,
Yeah,
wow.
that was, but then again, you go to J have you been to Japan or not?
Yeah, I have been to Japan.
Look at the way they treated treated our
Yeah.
American prisoners,
Well,
look at
my dad was there too at the end of the war. He was part of
yeah.
the occupation.
Well, my
And,
uncle was there as a prisoner from Bataan, you know. He spent, from the fall of Corregidor and fall of Bataan, he was on the death march, and he was there and remained a POW until the end of the war,
but
and,
hmm
he went through absolute hell, you know.
yeah,
All the pictures I ever saw of him is he was so skinny and he was just a rail thin. They said, his eyes were bad and because his eyes were bad because of rickets, he just, they just weren't getting enough vitamin A to,
right.
and so a lot of them lost their vision. He was all, he was pretty bad shape.
hmm
And first time I met him, I was 11, I think. We'd come down to Oklahoma. The only reason I knew who he was, because when I saw him, he was nothing like the pictures. He'd made up for all those years of being lean. He had a big old pot belly and beer, but he was the nicest guy, but he still, that was one of those things that, uh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I get to see. Someone like that would have a hard time
yeah. And
going back.
so it was kind of the Japanese things, now I say that, but I had, I had friends, the kid that told me that John Kennedy had been assassinated, he'd gone home on lunch and he come back crying. His name was Robert Okagawa. And,
Uh,
his father was a doctor there in Denver. He was actually a doctor to my aunt and uncle, you know,
hmm
and mom, my mother was friends she'd worked with him out in California, when she was working in the munitions plant out in California during the war. And one of the guys, he'd been in the internment camp, and then he worked for the Denver Post, and
Right.
he
hmm
ran the weekend, whatever that
Oh,
magazine was.
Empire.
Empire, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was the editor for Empire for years.
Right.
Uh, so, and I remember going over there, and it was kind of cool, But
Yep, that's right. Well, guys, we've hit just over an hour, and I want to thank both of you in the chat for coming. We're getting close to holidays, so thanks for coming. I hope you all have a great week. Don't forget my drone show tomorrow night and Bill's show on Saturday night and Lloyd's show on Monday night.
yep.
Take care, everybody. God
Good night,
bless. Good
folks.
night.
Later, everyone.